podcast, episode 29. My name is Tori or Victoria, the mastermind behind the crazy, and thank you for joining me today. Let's see, it is August 15th. It is a lovely Saturday. It's cloudy, probably gonna rain soon, but so much cooler, so I think we'll take it. But before I go into my lovely rambles this episode, just to share where you can find me, I have updated my Instagram handle as well as a few other places on the internet, but the one that will be most different here is Instagram. I am now Tori Schaffner on Instagram. I'm still on Ravelry as lilwestie, Lilwestie. Of course, you can find me on the blog woolymastadon.wordpress.com, as well as YouTube under Victoria Schaffner. Sorry, car noise. As well as YouTube as Victoria Schaffner, and of course you can find me on Facebook as Victoria Schaffner or on Woolly Mastadon, although I'm not as active there. So with the formalities out of the way, it's gonna be a shorter episode, and I say that and I always end up rambling, but I've only been working on a few projects, and although I've made quite a bit of progress on those, it doesn't look like I've done a whole lot because I've only been working on two things for the most part. So let's just dive in. I have no finished objects. None. I wanted to have one, and this one is so close, but it is not a finished object yet. So we'll see what I can do about that. But this is Terrell Dago by Caitlin Hunter. And there's a little story behind this right now. So as you can see, last time we spoke, I had gotten out of this striped section here, and I moved on into this lace section. And I had finished the stripe section, and I got cocky because this gray color, once you finish the stripe section, you're done. And I had a very little bit left, and I was like, oh wait, I don't need that color anymore. I'm not going to be playing yarn chicken on this knit. I got cocky, what did I say? And you wouldn't necessarily know unless you had read the pattern, but partway through the lace, I had to switch over to my last color because I ran out of yarn. There was nothing for it. I had 15 rows of lace left to knit, and I didn't have the yarn to knit it. So it was supposed to all be this neon color, but I honestly, at the end, don't think you will really notice, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I did have to play yarn chicken. I may continue to play yarn chicken because I have quite a few rows, and this is all I have left of the black. But I have read ahead in the pattern, and it looks like I could just end it early, which is often what I'll do. I'll see if I can end this a little quickly. But anyway, you probably want to know what I'm knitting this out of. I'm knitting these on US 3, which are a 3.25mm needle, and show you the colors that are almost gone. So the color I got cocky on, this is Hedgehog Fiber. Is this their twist sock? Their twist sock in the anime colorway. So that's all I have left, this one. Then, in the color where I had a reality check, where is it? It's so small. This is the High Voltage Speckle colorway. From Knit Circus. It's the Knit Circus Greatest of Ease Base in High Voltage Speckle. I don't even know if that's focusing. I hope it is. This is all I have left. I was not gonna, I had the scale out. Oh, I don't want to lose that either because the Midnight Moon will eat it, but I should be able to find it. But yeah, I had the scale out, which means that I was weighing my yarn after every row to see how much yarn a row would take to see if I could make it, and I most certainly could not. So finally, my last color, which I am triaging the rest of the pattern in, is the Knitted Wit Single Fingering in Hawaii Volcanoes, and this is really pretty. But I'm on the last section of this shawl. I am so close to being done, and I just didn't knit the last couple evenings, so that's on me. This could have been done, but I'm so close to having this thing done. Like, I'm so excited. It's huge. It's going to be fantastic for wearing to work, to cuddle in when I'm cold, because I get cold at work all the time, even when it's in the 90s outside, because air conditioning. But yeah, this is going to be huge. Like, the only way I'll be able to take finished object or show this as a finished object is to take photos, because it's going to be huge. But anyway, this is almost done, and I'm so excited. I do intend to work on this weekend and see if I can finish this up. I don't even know where my yarn went. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this I hope to finish this weekend. I am super excited about it, and it is so close to being done, and it is so bright and so me. This has been fun, and I'm excited to have a finished object, but I have been really enjoying the knit, so that is my first work in progress. Then my second work in progress, I have actually worked on my Shadow Play wrap by Alexandra Tobble. That is this really big, oh no, my yarn got snagged. Alright, I'm gonna have to deal with that later. But there's this really big squishy shawl. As you can see, I have added my third color in, and I'm actually relatively far on my third color. So it starts with gray, goes down to purple, and then goes to this teal color. And I am super excited about it. Since we last spoke, you can see where this monkey stitch marker is. That's how much work I have put onto this, which is actually quite a bit. It cooled down for a few days. Last week? I think it was last week. So I actually ended up knitting a little bit more on this. But for reference, I am knitting these. Let's do this before I show you more yarn. I'm knitting these on a US Air 8 5mm needle, and this is knit out of Barocco Vintage in 4 different colorways. Well, will be. And I will include those colorway numbers in the show notes, because unfortunately they didn't name their colors, they just numbered them. But this is going to be a lovely, gigantic, triangular wrap shawl. Let's see. This is how much I have left of the turquoise. It doesn't look like I'm really close to being out, but it's worsted weight yarn, and these rows are getting really long, so I don't have a whole lot left of this one. And then my last colorway, is it raining? Nope. Sorry, I'm distracted. My last colorway is this lovely peachy, orangey, apricot-y color that I will add on at the end. I do have another skein of gray, so I am considering either using this up and then adding some more to it, or because this is a different dye lot, saving this for tassels and then using another skein to make another stripe. Because basically at this point the purple stripe is actually longer than it's supposed to be, because I decided I wanted to use as much of the yarn as possible. So that is Shadow Play Wrap by Alexandra Tobble. It's a free pattern. You can access it on Ravelry. I know not everybody's using Ravelry right now, but it is on her website as a free pattern. So that's where you go if you want the free pattern. So anyway, quite a ways on this. I've also been kind of working on this more, because I am working on my toe-up socks in my opal yarn. I didn't bring that to show because I haven't gotten a whole lot of work done. Mainly because I have been kind of sticking to what I said I would do, which was to only work on it when I'm out of the house. And that's because I have so many pairs of socks. Shouldn't be knitting more socks right now, and I love knitting socks. They're like my go-to travel knitting project, and I love it. So right now I'm kind of putting the brakes on the socks. I'm only knitting those when I'm at work or out of the house. And I am hopefully going to get some yarn soon to knit socks for my husband and dad, but I've been saying that for months and I haven't done it, so we'll see. We'll see when I do it. I may have an opportunity this next week too, so we will see if I get some yarn. But anyway, I have been working on this at home because this is a mindless knit, and it's, you know, my equivalent of socks for in the house because it's too big to travel with. I mean, so it's just garter, so I don't have to think about it. But anyway, that has been my second work in progress. Otherwise, like I said, I've been working on my socks, but I'm not showing them to you because I didn't put a whole lot of work into them. I just do a row here or there on my lunch breaks, or lunch or my breaks. So yeah, that is my second and final work in progress that is getting some love. Unfortunately, I haven't been working on Terrell Dago, that's the shawl. Tania, I do want to get back onto that, and I'm debating using that as a travel knit to force myself to work on it. I'm honestly not sure, but we will see what I decide to do. So with that, I'm going to breeze through a few topics because I haven't continued on my spinning, I haven't touched my wheel. So again, that is sitting for a little while. I'm working on the Camelot Dye Works Mermaid Lagoon fiber, so once I get back to that, that is on the wheel right now. I don't have any sewing. I haven't worked on that. I do need to make a few masks, but I'm guessing that won't happen for another week or two, so it's fine. This isn't going away anytime soon, so whenever I get to sewing a mask, I'll use it anyway, right? So with that, I am going to go on to upcoming cast-ons, and actually this segment I have put a little more thought into this time because I was trying to figure out smaller patterns I could knit that would be my replacement for socks. And so, as I hold the yarn, I found a couple patterns. My printer is going funky, so I apologize. But I found this pattern. It's a cowl pattern by, okay, apparently Ravelry's got my number because it's by Caitlin Hunter, but I did specifically a search for 400 yards of finger eight yarn or less, and then like a pattern I could knit with it, and I kind of wanted a cowl or a shawl. I was kind of leaning towards a cowl, and I found this one, which is kind of like a shawl shaped cowl, and I really like it. It's Birds and Ships by Caitlin Hunter, and my yarn is an absolutely ridiculous choice, but I have had the skein of Knit Picks Chroma Fingering in the roller skate colorway forever. This is one of the first batches of yarn I ever ordered from Knit Picks, and I have been sitting in this color forever because obviously if you see this, you know this is me in a ball of yarn. I thought I just saw, oh I got excited, I thought I saw orange in here too, but anyway, it's this neon yarn, and it may be a little crazy for that pattern, but I honestly don't even care. So I'm going to be knitting it out of this. The pattern calls for US 4, what is this? A 3.5 millimeter needle, so I've even got those all set. And this is an upcoming cast on. I hope to cast on this week actually, so this is going to be my next thing I work on, and it's going to be small. I think it'll be simple, and I'm really looking forward to it because, kind of along the same vein, I do get cold at work, even with AC, which is kind of weird, but I get cold at work. So I always need a cover up, like a cardigan or a light pullover sweater or a shawl that I can wear, and in winter especially I have the sweater and then I have another hand knit over the top. So I've kind of been trying to decide what gaps I want to fill in my knitted wardrobe to fill my regular wardrobe to wear to work. So this is going to be one of them. It's crazy, it's my style, it's a neon color, I can wear it over like a black shirt or something, and it'll keep me warm in winter and if I need a little extra in summer because of the AC. So that's one of the things I'm knitting. I did debate starting another sweater because like I said, I need more like cardigans or short sleeve pullover sweaters that I can wear to like give me that little extra layer of warmth in winter, and I just haven't done it. So, but I want to hold back because I need to knit on Tania. I don't want to put that off, so that's kind of where I've been going with that. So that's my first idea for my upcoming cast on. So my next upcoming cast on is another small project. It's something my husband suggested, and it's something I will probably get killed by because this picture is really bad, but can you see it? That is a cat hoodie. Literally the pattern is called cat hoodie, and this is a hoodie you knit for a cat. I do have a booklet on dog sweaters, which I'm sure would have like a Chihuahua size sweater or something that would fit Midnight, but he was like, you should knit Midnight a sweater, and I was just like, she's gonna hate it. She's gonna hate me. He's like, you don't know that, she wears her harness, and I'm just like, now this is in my head. And I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, this is dumb. I put that sweater on her, she's going to plot my death. But then I found this pattern for a cat hoodie. And So yeah, I will be knitting this at some point. Another small, simple pattern. And yeah, I don't have yarn picked out for it or anything like that, but I had, like I said, my printer went bananas, so like the pictures are horrible. Maybe I'll remember to insert a picture of the cat hoodie here, but it's adorable. Who is this even by? I don't think it has a... Kristen Roach. Okay, it's by Kristen Roach. And like, she's a genius. The Ravelry page, the pictures of cats, some of the cats hate it, some of the cats don't hate it though, and they look super cute in their hoodies. So, I will be knitting a cat hoodie. If I disappear after I knit this cat hoodie, you know that Midnight decided she didn't like it. But I have to. Now I have to knit this. So I'm excited. And it's a pattern where you could leave the hood off if you don't want to, but she's getting a hoodie. She's definitely getting a hoodie. She's not getting the cat couch that has been going around on the internet because she'd be too big for that cat couch, I think. And she just would be over it. But she's gonna get a hoodie. So that's my other upcoming cast on, other than socks. And then also wardrobe staples for me. I just decided that I'm constantly looking in my wardrobe. I'm cycling through the same 3 cardigans that I don't want to wear every day over and over and over again. They have to be washed. So it's hard to wear them to work, and sometimes they don't, because I like bright colors, they don't go with everything, so it's tricky. So I need to start knitting some light sweaters or layering sweaters. I want to finally knit that Featherweight by Hannah Fettig, because that would be perfect. Like things like that, where they would just be absolutely perfect layering pieces for my wardrobe. And I need to start by finishing Tanya, and then we'll be good to go. So those are my upcoming cast-ons, things that I have plans for, kind of things that I'm going to plan to knit on. I know I need to think about Christmas gifts, but honestly, I don't know what anybody wants. I need to get yarn, because then I can knit socks for my dad and my husband, and there's 2 Christmas gifts, but like I don't know what to knit anybody else, so we'll see. If you have any suggestions for good Christmas gift knitting, let me know, because I need to get on it now. Preferably things that I can do from stash that aren't super selective in the type of yarn you need, and smaller projects. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Maybe I'll go down the ornament rabbit hole again this year. I used to do that every year, and I haven't done it for a while, so we'll see. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So if I check my notes here, this is where it's going to get kind of boring. I don't have any stash enhancements. I really don't have any non-lit loves this week, other than I'm still really loving my bullet journal and my process. I have been sticking to this thing, and I have been keeping everything in here, and I do find myself reaching for it. So maybe I have found a planning system that works for me, and this is super cute. It just makes me happy to look at it. Although, when I have it at work, I think people think I've got a diary with me. It's like, no, it's a planner. But anyway, I've been really enjoying using this. So I would say that this still falls under non-knit loves, because I'm still using it a ton. But otherwise, we haven't really been doing a whole lot. So let's just move into life lately. Again, I've been working a little bit more. I had a couple weeks, the past 3 weeks, I've had weeks with longer hours. So I don't notice it when I'm at work, but when I get home, I'm just more tired. So that has actually come to an end now. Like the people that I had to cover for are now back in office. So I now have my normal hours back, so I may have a little bit more energy to knit after work. But for the past couple weeks, I've just been definitely more tired when I get home, and just not in the mood to work on anything major. I've also been doing a few other things. I've been working on a logo design for a friend's blog, so I've kind of been doing a few other things there that have been taking up my time. We are hoping to go on another trip one of these days. It's down the line, but so I'm kind of like trying to plan what I would like, what type of knitting I would bring, because obviously all the works in progress I have right now are large, other than my socks, and I know I would blow through those if that's all I brought. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what else I can bring. That's kind of why I'm like thinking about like Christmas gift projects. Like, is there something I can work on that way? So that's kind of been at the back of my mind, because that'll be coming up eventually here. And just, I mean, obviously if everything works out, since the world is kind of re-entering lockdown, such is life. But you know what? I'm rambling now, and it's getting very distracting outside and hearing all kinds of people. So I think it's probably time to just end it here. You guys can go and enjoy the rest of your day and watch other of your favorite knitting podcasts. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Again, you can find me on Instagram as Tori Schaffner now. You can find me on Ravelry as lilwestie. You can find me on the blog at woolymastadon.wordpress.com, as well as Facebook as Woolly Mastadon and Victoria Schaffner. And of course, you can find me here on YouTube also as Victoria Schaffner. Thank you for joining me on this episode. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, comment below, share it with your friends so that we can grow this community. And again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful next couple of weeks. Bye!